Welcome to the Sur-thrival Guide podcast, a short series of daily impactful episodes full of ideas and tips on how to thrive in survival mode during the corona crisis. Every weekday, with the help of a special guest expert, we'll be exploring different tools to add to your Sur-thrival toolkit. So strap yourselves in and get ready to be inspired as we show you the way to Sur-thrival. Welcome everyone to the Sur-thrival Guide podcast. I'm Mark Stabina, former professional rugby player and now leadership consultant with Winning EQ and the author of the new ebook ready for you to download for free called the Sur-thrival Guide, which is what this podcast is basically, it's based on at the moment. And I'm looking down because I'm going to give you a sneak peek of the title. There it is. That's page 1. The Sur-thrival Guide, get yours. You've got the link down below wherever you're watching or listening right now. And as I said, this podcast, the intention of it is to take a deeper dive into some of the topics discussed in the ebook with the help of guest experts. Today's topic will be fitness, and we have a leader of fitness. I'm so excited to have this guy. I'm laughing already. He hasn't even said anything because I just know. I'm always cracking up when I'm around this guy. He is the founder of Training Mate, the most spoken about fitness program, gyms, workout in LA and soon to be the world. He is a celebrity trainer, former international rugby player as well. You can see the theme forming in the guest that I'm having yesterday, Sebastian Terry, the international for Mauritius. And now I have with me also TV star. He is the star of Khloe Kardashian's Revenge Body. He won't tell you that. But he's an absolute legend in his own words. He's a budding comedian as well. You can probably see him at the Comedy Store on Tuesdays and Thursday nights. Not at the moment, obviously. He is a loving and devoted husband and father. Sorry, ladies. And I'm just proud to call him a mate. Without any further ado, I want to welcome Luke Milton. Milts, welcome, buddy. Thank you so much for your time. You're just a man in demand around town. I can't believe I've got you.
About that, Stabby, but thank you very much for having me, mate. I appreciate being here and just being able to hear that introduction. I think I might take you everywhere.
Well, unfortunately, mate, I've used up most of our time on your introduction, so we're gonna have to keep this quick.
I can tell how good of a guy I am. We're done. We're good.
Well, as I said, the intention of this podcast, to put it out there, is to just give some bite-sized grabs for people. There's a lot of information people are absorbing at the moment, so I want it to be impactful. I want it to be full of tips and ideas and concepts that people can take away right now and apply into their lives. So, as I said, fitness is the topic. You are the fitness guru. But before we get into that, buddy, tell me, we're in quarantine. What's a typical day in quarantine look like for Luke Milton?
Yes, Debbie, look, mate, I feel very grateful that my day still has a bit of purpose around work. So obviously with Training Mate, Training Mate has never just been a fitness program to me. It's been an experience and a service to the greater community. So I wanted to stay really true to that. And so my day-to-day, even during quarantine, has been 100% about Training Mate. Wake up in the morning, I film our live Mate to Go. It was our pivot and our new platform that we do online workouts in the comfort of your own home. And we deliver that experience. So I'm very, very grateful that I have that outlet to be able to still do what I love doing, and that is fitness and delivering fitness to the greater community. After the work, I really dislike calling it work because I have so much fun doing it. So after my fun of Training Mate, I go home. My wife and I have been taking a lot of walks and really sort of just, again, you're going to hear this word a million times, but just being grateful in a time that might be a bit of a struggle. So I'm trying to challenge myself, just continue to be grateful for the birds and the bees, or the trees and the fresh air and the clear skies. And we take my daughter for a walk and our new puppy for a walk. And that's a sort of mid-afternoon, sort of teaching my 5-year-old daughter how to ride a bike in the hills is a challenge. So been doing that. And then we usually cook and we'll sit down and we enjoy a glass of wine together at night, and we just catch up on the day. And if anything, the normal day for me has been all about sort of actually segmenting that. So it's been like, instead of training mate, it's been training mate, family, training mate. Do you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. And that's great inspiration. That's why I like to ask all the guests, like, what does a typical day look like? Because, you know, having created what you've created and being where you are, it obviously takes a lot of work and a lot of focus on that. But it's about balance. I talk about it in the ebook of, and perhaps this time has forced that, or what I heard from you is you are conscious of it all the time. As busy as you are, you know that family time's important. Connection, I heard connection in there when you're connecting with your family. Being present as well, just stopping and smelling the roses. So it sounds like you really do a great job of balancing everything while also continuing to build what you're building. Now, just back on that, I want to talk a little bit about Training Mate, or give the folks listening and watching a brief bio of Luke Milton, how you came to this country. Keep it brief, Lukey. The short version of how you ended up here and ended up as the founder of Training Mate with 3 gyms around LA, and more to come, I'm sure.
Yeah, look, very short version. Basically, like yourself, Savvy, had a previous career in professional sports in Australia. As I started to identify other passions of mine, usually around the health and fitness, I wanted to evolve that, so I became a personal trainer in Australia. I fell in love with an American girl, hence what I'm doing in Los Angeles. So we got married. We moved to LA in 2011. So we have been here now for the best part of 8 or 9 years. 2012, sorry. Moved here in 2012. Married in 2011. And, mate, we started Training Mate. I started Training Mate off the basis that I really believed there was a need for the team camaraderie that you and I took for granted for so long in the fitness industry. So what Training Mate is effectively just an extension of my experience in sport, and that was having a group of mates. What's a mate? A mate's there for the good times, the bad times, the everyday times, to celebrate, to pick you up when you're down, or just to be there for you as your support system. And I never realized that the majority of people don't have that. So that's what Training Mate is. Yes, we use fitness, and I'll put our workouts out against anyone. I'm glad to brag that we just got listed as the #1 fitness studio in Los Angeles. So I'm very, very proud of that. But it all comes off the basis that we put our community first, and we put our teammates first, and we have delivered a fitness experience with the solidarity of having the support of your mates.
Well said. I mean, you nailed it. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, a very similar story to me. I think we arrived virtually the same time in LA and looking for new opportunities and to reinvent ourselves. So, I mean, there's more to that we could unpack another time about transition, which is what people are going through at the moment and faced with, without going into that. But there's so much in that around these current times. I want to just, while we're on it, let's talk about, you said you built this training concept, and it's high intensity workout, right? So, I mean, you can see in the background, that's one of your gyms there. And it's circuit training, it's in and out, 45 minutes. And you said the big thing about it is community. So I want to ask you, how are you did say you're doing stuff online, but a big part of what Training Mate is coming in and being around people like yourselves, people that uplift you, and tapping into that collective connection. Now with this disruption, how are you managing that? What measures are you taking to make sure that your community and your members are staying engaged and motivated?
It's a great question, Stabby. I think we're just doing our best at it to answer that totally honestly and truthfully. What we did was we pivoted very early. We're actually one of, if not the first, to transition into an online program so that our members who are in need and our family who are in need could still have an outlet at which they could work out and at which they could feel supported even in these times of need. So what we've done is we've managed to, as you can see, we've turned a studio into the filming platform, which is really important to me because I believe that Training Mate is so much more than the 4 walls. There is a certain energy and a certain comfortability around being in our studios, and that's been very deliberate. It makes people feel warm. So we wanted to make sure that you still felt like having that while still having the energy and the relatability that I think we specialize in. So I wanted to get on screen into people's living rooms or however, as quickly and as authentically as possible. And we've managed to do that by basically replicating the Training Mate experience and knowing that we're in this together. And I know that that's a huge phrase going around at the moment, but it's always been a part of the Training Mate ethos. And that knowing that you, no matter what, have some consistency in this inconsistent time. So I wanted to provide that consistency of energy, consistency of nature, and consistency of service during times where consistency is not very consistent.
Great, buddy. Love it. Yes. And while we're on the fitness thing, there's many obvious benefits even to the non-fitness buff out there. They know that exercise is important in general terms. In your words, again, what does fitness bring you and exercise in general and especially during these times?
It's everything, Stabby, you know? It's look, fitness to me, I refer to it as a healthy lifestyle. I genuinely, I wholeheartedly believe in a healthy lifestyle is physical health, social health, and mental health. I think it's a much bigger wheel than just a workout. So physical health, absolutely, we need to be consistently working out, moving our body, engaging that cardiovascular system, getting those muscles adapted. Also, being quite smart with our nutrition plan, making sure we get all those micronutrients in, making sure that we're staying with uplifting foods. Social health, we are human beings now more than ever. We need that support. I need to know, and the modality may have changed. We might be talking on a Zoom call now or on technology, but the point is still the same. We need to be social. I need to talk to you. I need to hear what you're up to. I need to vent to you of what I'm up to. I need to just engage with you as another human being and just experience each other's experiences. And then the mental health, I believe that if you address those first two and really tick those two boxes honestly and openly, it goes a long way into providing us with a bit of reprieve and some mental health. So you've got to touch all 3 points of that, and that's how we're trying to do it with Mate to Go. We're still lighthearted. We still have the jokes. We're engaging with people in a fitness platform with the workout, but also through our live chat room. So you can, in real life, have comments coming through that we answer, questions that we answer. I just jumped off before I got onto you, interviewing a doctor, bringing all the information up to the forefront so you still feel supported and a part of our family. And that means the most to me. That's what fitness is in a nutshell to me.
Yeah, as you said, even though this topic and this episode is focusing on fitness and movement and exercise, you can't separate them, can you? And I'm going to have another episode with a nutrition specialist to really, again, focus on some of the ins and outs and how we can eat healthier during these times, especially. But that's connected to fitness. If you talk about you can't talk about nutrition without talking about physical fitness and health and exercise. You can't talk about physical fitness and health without talking about mental health. The three, as you said, it's about mental, emotional, and physical well-being, right? So it's wellness, and it comes as a package deal. So even though we're just focusing on that, thank you, Matt. That was a brilliant summation of why fitness is important, just in general, but especially these times. And we talked about it briefly before, about the fear and the anxiety that everybody is in different situations. This crisis, if you will, is impacting everybody in a different way. Some people aren't as impacted as others, and we all have our own experience with it. But it is a major disruption. But the one thing I've noticed, Luke, is that fear and the anxiety that is being caused. How does that, and how do you speak into that and help your clients, friends, family, people in your world manage their fears and anxiety around what's going on and the uncertainty?
I think that last word that you just used, Stabby, is so prevalent in today's society, the uncertainty. We don't know anything. There is so much ambiguity out there at the moment. I would say more than any other time in history. What we try and do is provide a form of escapism for some people. If you look at the rare or the unique sort of circumstances we're facing, you think about what we did if we had a tough day at work, right? We'd come home, we'd watch a game, sporting game. Can't do that anymore. We could go to the movies. You can't do that anymore. We'd go over to our mate's place and, for better or worse, have a beer or have a glass of water or whatever. But we can't do these things anymore. So what Mate to Go has turned into, in my mind, is that escapism for some people. You know, for 45 minutes every single day at the same time, you can go and escape. Now, if your day is just a bit too tough, or if the constant anxiety has just really gotten a little bit too much, if the uncertainty of the world has created a little bit more of that anxiety or added to that anxiety, we are going to be that certainty in your life. We're going to be that consistent in your day, and we're going to provide you with that schedule by delivering what we deliver every single day. Now, that takes the uncertainty out, or an element of the uncertainty out, gives you an element of escapism, which movies and everything has done in the past, and actually provides you with better physical, mental, and social health aspects as well.
Mate to Go, and to be honest, buddy, I haven't logged on and I haven't joined Mate to Go simply because I don't think I could keep my form with all the laughter. That's another challenge. With all the jokes, the dad jokes, the hilarity, is that good for your form, Lukey? I mean, it's great. Well, I want to, okay, don't even answer that because I want to talk about that seriously. So, Luke, just to be serious about the workouts and the Mate to Go and why your workouts are so unique and why you are so unique as a trainer, and I speak about this in this Sur-thrival guide, is the importance of bringing joy to our life. Joy in the form of laughter in particular, not taking life so seriously, not taking yourself so seriously. So it's so great I have you as a guest to speak into the ins and outs of fitness, but you combine it with the importance of having fun. And surely without that, it really makes life tough. So again, speak into that a little bit if you can, or tell us a dad joke, I don't care. But just give me your comments on what you guys bring as well as just physical health.
Yeah, look, we summed it up before, right? We've got to have that social health as well. And we touched on the science of working out. And I think this is really important to make a fact on. I am obsessed with healthy lifestyles. I'm obsessed with fitness. I'm obsessed with physiology. I'm obsessed with the science behind what makes people healthy. Now, in my hours upon hours upon hours upon hours of reading, research, and study, not once have I ever found in any substantial literature anything that tells me that you burn more calories because you train as a douchebag, or that by not smiling, you get a better workout, or that you have better form for not enjoying the workout. In fact, I've seen a lot of information that contradicts the military drill sergeant yelling, screaming, and breaking people's spirits down. So that's why Training Mate is so positive. Yeah, we use some terrible jokes as a means and a modality of that, but it's all based around the science is the science. Move your body, engage your circulatory system, engage that cardiovascular system. Move your body throughout different planes, yeah? Engage muscle fibers, build muscle fibers, build through strength. All of these things have nothing to do with whether you're smiling or you're miserable. So what we've done is taken a really light-hearted approach and created an experience around fitness instead of just a workout. Now, again, we're ranked number 1 in Los Angeles and basically across the country for a reason. Our workouts work. I've been very fortunate to train some of the biggest celebrities in the world, and my workouts and philosophy works. That does not take away from the fact that you need to experience fitness to be able to get results out of it. Now, consistency builds key, yeah, or builds success. Consistency is a success, right? So the more consistent you can be, the more success you're going to have, the more results you're going to get. And as Brucey McLean, an old coach of mine, always said, the best workout is the one that you'll continue to do. Now, that is so important for me because you can yell and scream and break people down. And if they don't come back tomorrow, who is that good for? They're certainly not getting the physiological benefits that they should be getting out of consistency and consistently moving their body and engaging all of those systems that we spoke of. So who's benefiting out of this other than someone's ego? You know, it's all to me about, I'm in the service industry and I serve my clients and I serve my family, I serve our members. This is the best way I know how to serve people in the fitness industry. And it goes back to what we spoke about before. This is the evolution of Training Mate. It's why Training Mate started, because I genuinely believe that that was the gap in the fitness market. I think the whole industry needed a little bit of a shake-up. I think we take ourselves way too seriously. And there's no science that tells me the more serious you are in a personality trait, the more beneficial the physical elements are.
Brilliant, Lukey. Yeah, great great explanation of, the benefits of bringing that laughter and that joy, not taking yourself seriously, whilst, integrating the physiological benefits, combining the two. But I want to go a little bit deeper as we kind of wrap things up here, because that was one of my questions. I talk about it in the ebook around forming habits. So you mentioned consistency and how important that is, right? You mentioned what the benefits of once you're exercising, you get those benefits. But what I want to ask you about more, you touched on forming those habits and getting people through the door and being joyful and having laughter and having jokes and creating community is part of that, right? So that's what helps people come back and continue to work out and get the benefits from it, because there's more than just the benefits bringing them back every time. But in a time like this, when people rely on that, you said before you've got the mate to go. But for everybody listening and watching right now that, they need gym, they need the community, they need accountability, they need some support with people to physically turn up, to actually get them in the door. I know for a fact there's a lot of people, again, with all the external stresses being added on top of the fact that their gym is closed or their normal routine has been disrupted, they are struggling with motivation to get that workout started. So can you leave us, buddy, with some tips, some steps to actually get people motivated and to develop that consistency, apart from just obviously everyone's going to go to Mate to Go and you're going to sign up and you're going to do those workouts, but how can people take those first steps to consistency?
Yeah, Steve, it's a great point. As you know about me, and as I think everyone's starting to work out, I love sayings. I love living by mantras and the rest of it. I sort of live in a world of cliches. But one of my favorite sayings ever is, it's not a lack of resources that holds us back, it's a lack of resourcefulness. So right now, be resourceful. You have got the best gym in the world right there. It's called your body. So be resourceful with it. Push-ups, sit-ups, squats, jumping jacks, running on the spot. Use your couch as a dip bench. Use your coffee table as somewhere to put your foot up when you're doing a Bulgarian split lunge. There's so many things that you can be resourceful with. Yes, absolutely. Of course, I want everyone to jump onto Mate to Go and join up and come and have some fun with us. But if that's not a possibility, be resourceful and with that, be consistent in your resourcefulness. Go and do 10 push-ups in the morning, followed by 10 sit-ups, followed by 10 squats, followed by 10 jumping jacks, followed by 25 seconds, 30 seconds of high knees running on the spot. Do that 3 or 4 times. Do that once, but just do it consistently. Engage that central nervous system. Engage your circulatory system. Engage that cardiovascular system. And just remind your body that it's still alive and that you're still in control. Be resourceful. Create consistency. And there is nothing that you can't do.
Boom. There it is. So I heard be resourceful. Just know that you might think there are limitations now that you don't have your gym, but there's really not.
You have your gym. You don't have a physical gym that you go to every day, but you live in the best gym. So just use that. You live in a small apartment. No problem. You only need the size of your body to be able to go out and have an absolute workout, a great workout.
Wonderful. I think that's gold, buddy. Golden nuggets all around. Thank you so much. And just to finish up, how obviously we've got Mate to Go. Everyone's going to rush out and jump on that and get that package and start the workouts immediately. You will be in stitches. Honestly, I told you, that's why I haven't done it. I will be laughing. I know you, mate. I struggle to work out with. That's an excuse. I'll do it. But how else can we support Luke Milton on his mission and Training Mate in particular?
Mate, that's it. So on that Mate to Go, it's matetogo.trainingmate.com. All of the proceeds made from Mate to Go are going back to our employees. 100% goes back to our employees to give them some sort of solidarity during these uncertain times. Other than that, to support me, live a healthy lifestyle. build consistency, guys. Work out, whether it's with us or not, work out every single day, at least move your body every single day. Commit to doing something for yourself every single day, whether that's meditation, reading 10 pages of a book, but have those consistencies, and I will gain a lot of that just knowing the community is in a better place.
Well, buddy, that's one of the great things about you. You're always just trying to create a win-win. You know that if people can go out and just start looking after themselves, then it's just going to create a better community and then a better world, right? So,
and if you can, support small, right? Support small businesses. Every small business out there right now needs your help, and you're the people with the power, not the big organizations as people would think, but you guys are the ones with the power. So if you can, go for it. And that doesn't mean monetarily, just a quick email through to your local grocer or your local restaurant or gym, just with a couple of words of support and stick in there. It means a whole lot to a whole lot of people.
Certainly does. Well said, Melts. Well, thank you, mate, for joining us. You're an absolute legend. Can't wait to do your workouts with the volume down so I can actually get through it without without falling into hysterics on the floor. You're an absolute legend, buddy. Thank you so much.
Okay, Savvy. Cheers, mate. And thank you for everything you're doing. I know how much you're doing on the side to make sure the community benefits. So you're a legend, mate. Thank you.
Thank you, Melts. Well, to all of you listeners and people watching out there, I hope you enjoyed. I'm sure you did. Luke Milton's a legend. Go to a Training Mate and you've got the links as well, how you can join their fitness sessions and have a laugh as well. And subscribe as well so you can watch the next episode and the one before this, and also download your copy of the Sur-thrival Guide ebook as well to give you tips and resources on how to thrive while we're in survival mode right now. Thanks for joining us, and I'll see you next time.
Very proud to say that I was a professional rugby player, so I was lucky enough to play for my country back in Australia. Having that team environment, that professional athlete environment, so Training Mate to me was just bringing together the professional athlete background and the fitness industry and combining them together to come up with a bunch of positive workouts in America. Training Mate as a whole is just an all-encompassing fitness program. One is the physical health, really get people physically in great shape. High intensity interval training session, 45 seconds on each exercise. Easy, anyone can do that for 45 seconds. Two is the social health. We try and have as much fun as we can within the workouts where everyone's mates and everyone feels a part of the family of Training Mate. And the third one is the mental health. By addressing those two first assets, we really touch those three steps, achieving that healthy lifestyle. There's no negative yelling and screaming. It's very encouraging, but a really kick-butt workout to get in the best shape of your life. We don't bulky, we get lean bodies, but I really want people to really feel like they belong to Training Mate and that they are a part of our greater family.